right, thanks for watching. Today we're gonna be doing DCA tool. We're gonna be borrowing to pay my wife so that she can go buy some groceries, and she's gonna do DeFi Saver when she gets the money, so that she's also building Bitcoin on her side too. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, I'm gonna try something new today. We're gonna go live on Skool and see how that works. Um, ooh, yeah, let's see how that works here. I'm gonna allow visiting the site. Camera in use. We're going to use that. Hopefully it all works out. And mic. Okay. Hello, hello. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. So I'm going to basically set this up, and then I'm going to see if I can share my screen here and show you guys what I'm going to be doing. Okay. So there it is. So I got a recording, and I'm also recording on Skool, and we're going to be checking out our account right now. Uh, Crypto's been going up, so that allows us to borrow a little more. So let's kind of take a look at it real quick. Went up another 1 2%, so that kind of brought in another 150 to $200 in value that I could borrow from. If you've been following daily on my DCA, I think I was at $300 or $3,000, and I had 350. Now today, and I have another 37.20, so another $230 just came in out of nowhere. Didn't work for it. It just came in because Bitcoin's working for me now, and I'm gonna go ahead and borrow $500 so that my wife can buy groceries. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on that. I'm gonna go and approve it. Oh, let me add my little thing here. So can I? Yeah, maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and approve that on my tangent. Let me let my tangent load it up first before I hit that button. Okay, so I'm gonna accept that $500. I'm gonna sign it now on my phone. And there it is, $500 borrowed. I have $3,200 left to for next week to pay bills. Because I borrowed $500, that's a liability that I spent. So I like to boost it up. So I have $500 more in Bitcoin. So I'm leveraging by boosting it. For every time I spend, I'll boost it up again. So as it goes up, then I buy more Bitcoin. So the more I spend, the more Bitcoin I accumulate is kind of the idea. I always have an asset backing my expenses. And before doing this, before I didn't leverage, and all of a sudden I had a really healthy factor. I was like up to like 200, 130, 150, 160. And I'm like, dude, I could totally be leveraging a little more because I was so safe, you know. And then that's kind of how you can start building fast. But make sure you have your automations turned on. Okay. So now I boosted $150. So now I have, instead of 22, you know, oh zero whatever, I have 22.4. So there's a little bit more $500 worth of Bitcoin in there. And of course I am adding a little bit to my debt. Okay. Now if you look at the details here on my position, I have, it's now grown to a position about $10,000. I think I had about I don't know, uh, I think if I sold everything, I would have $10,000 left over. Okay, because my borrow here is I borrowed 20,000, and my value right now, where's my value? Right here. I have $26,000 in value. I borrowed 16,000 so far. So you kind of look at the math, it's a quick math of $10,000 left in equity left over. And that is holding this position of 0.22 Bitcoins. Okay. So there's a little room to move $10,000 up and down, and I can borrow up to $3,000 because I'm leaving 70% behind as collateral. So 30% of that can be borrowed. Is that right? I don't think that's right. I think I'm not sure the math. Okay, so I know there's at least 70% of that. All right, so there's $26,000 in collateral. I borrowed probably about it looks like if you do the math, 26 over maybe 60%, I'd say. Let's pull up a calculator real quick and kind of look at it, and that will give you the amount that you could, how healthy I am. 26 divided by, I'll just put 16 just to make the math simple, or 16 divided by 26. There you go. So about 61% borrowed, and you can borrow up to 73%. So I have about 13% of movement here, so that's kind of where that is, that safety factor right there, before it triggers and the liquidation or the forces you to sell. But since I keep it healthy, I give myself a little 5% margin. It'll repay about 5% back if it ever goes down to 105. So I have about 15% of movement in my collateral before that triggers anything. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and send that $500 off now, and then my wife can then enjoy the ability to buy groceries and buy Bitcoin. So what she's gonna do, she's gonna supply that Bitcoin into her own wallet, and then when that is done, then she'll borrow about $300 out. But she's built up so much now. She's at like 6,000 or something like that. So she can borrow the full 1,000 after supplying, 500. Okay, she could supply 500 and borrow 500 because there's more. She's got extra in there to come out. All right, so then that's what she does, and then she'll spend like $200-300 a week. And so at the end of the month, when credit card bills are due, she'll pull out 1,000. But then I'm giving her 2,000 a month, so she has an extra 1,000 there to for it to grow. Okay. All right, that's it. That's how we do things. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you then. All right, so I guess that didn't record.